I was back home in Jamaica, end of 2024, talking to my manager, and he's like, okay, Khadeen, like, we want to get the ball rolling for 2025. What are your plans? What do you want to do? And I actually felt very stuck. Mm. For the first time, I didn't have clarity about what I wanted. I wasn't sure about what was making me happy. I wasn't sure about the avenues that were fulfilling me as a mom, as a wife, as a career woman, as an actress. And I literally said to him, whatever God has for me in store next, I'm gonna rock with it.
What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
It's Melanie.
And Codie here, and you've tapped into
The Mama's Den.
Welcome to the Mama's Den Monday.
No, not the burka.
What's up, everybody? It is Ashley Chia, a mother of 4 daughters. I have what's happening?
Oh, I just wanted to say, damn.
That's so disrespectful.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I have a 16-year-old daughter, Amira, 9-year-old daughter, Azara, 7-year-old daughter, Asia, and a 4-year-old, Natalia.
We made it.
What about you, Melly Mel?
I'm Melly Mel. I got 2 kids, 9-year-old Cameron and 3-year-old Kaya.
So succinct.
She about to be 4, though.
She is about to be 4.
She's about to be 4.
Shout out to the Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Gang, gang.
I am Codie Elaine Oliver. I have 3 boys, twins, Aristotle and Langston, who are 7, and 9-year-old Brooks. And I also have the distinct honor of introducing our guest. She's a friend to the den. She's a friend to all of us. And I'm gonna read it because I want to get it all right, okay?
Get it right, girl.
Guys, Khadeen Ellis is a superstar mom, wife, personality, and actress.
Pew, pew, pew.
She is the better half of the internet's favorite couple, the Ellises, and the co-host of the Webby Award-winning podcast, Ellis Ever After, previously known as Deadass Podcast, of which we were all guests.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And she is affectionately known as the mother to not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 whole boys. Damn!
They give it to me 4 times.
Damn.
And if our good sis was not busy enough, she has just dazzled us in her breakout role as Geneva in Tyler Perry's Divorced Sister.
Yes.
Welcome, Khadeen.
I need to take Miss Codie everywhere I go.
Right.
I
Do what I
don't
can.
like that.
Baby, I would also like to drop the fact that we have a Caribbean sister on the
Hello.
hello,
not
hello,
this
and
again.
good evening and good night.
Good evening and good night.
Good evening and good night.
And good morning.
And good
you saw my
morning.
shirt though. I came prepared.
She sure did.
I came prepared.
Yes,
These
I
are
love
some of
this.
the legends here. The
Well,
legends.
you know that I did my genealogy test. Remember I told you?
here
And
she
it
goes.
said that I was from Jamaica.
You from
And
everywhere.
I'm from St. Peter's.
Wow.
What's that?
Peter's what?
I don't know. I think it's St. something. Peter something. I don't know.
St. Peter is not a parish, honey. So
What is the parish?
Andrew.
Okay.
St. Maybe
Maybe it was Andrew. Peter, Andrew,
She's
John,
gotta
Paul.
remember
naming
your
all the disciples.
genealogy.
I don't know.
She's naming all the
Jesus.
disciples.
I'm from St. Jesus.
Matthew, Mark,
Listen,
Luke, and
they
John.
probably lied to me. I'm probably from Connecticut, okay? They don't know. They're making up shit.
Stranger things have happened.
Right.
But you know, it's nice to hear someone just kind of list off all the things that you've done.
Yes.
Sometimes because we forget. I know I forget all of the things that I have done.
And that ain't even all of it.
doing.
Okay?
Not even all of it.
Man, Not even all of it.
Girl, and
It's like
how,
day by
and
day.
just thinking about that, I'm thinking about how crazy it is that we were on a podcast with you.
I know.
So
I was actually.
Melanie and I and Beck.
Beck,
Beck,
Rose,
yes.
that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
Yes.
good episode. That was one of our like highest rated episodes that season. I mean,
Yes.
duh.
That's
Hello.
amazing.
Hello. But, it was,
Hello, good night, and good evening.
but I think we were onto something here because
Yes.
look at the Mama's Den.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you
That-
guys
It
have
manifested
started
itself.
How long
this.
ago was that?
That was about 2019, I want to say, because
Yeah.
that's when we moved to LA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had just started the podcast, actually.
And then
So-
you quickly moved away after that.
Girl.
Yeah,
That was
child.
crazy.
It was about, 18 months then in LA?
Yeah.
I do feel robbed of my LA experience, I,
I do
will
too.
say.
Because it was
But
a
you came
pandemic.
to my kid's birthday party, and then like a
Like-
month later was like, so we're moving. And I was
Yeah,
like, friend.
it was insane because think about it. We moved August of 2019. COVID hit 6 months later.
Yeah.
And we pretty much did a COVID stint where we were isolated from everyone. And
Yeah.
just as we were starting to kind of get the feel of things, we were all locked down, you know?
Yeah.
And then we were like, does this feel like home? We're not sure. Then it's like bang for your buck when it comes to like purchasing a property.
Girl.
I'm like, does it make sense to stay here or Atlanta? So, and then also being closer to family.
So when y'all moved to Atlanta at the time that you did, was DeVal on TV then?
He was.
Okay.
So he was actually filming Sisters at the time.
Okay.
And once we found the house, we closed in, I want to say, January. We moved in February. And I always remember this because, quick story, he was in the middle of filming and it was quarantine. So Tyler Perry had set it up where everyone was pretty much locked down at the studio and he wasn't able to come home. So I moved 3 babies with my mom from LA and had to do the entire move without him because he was in Atlanta already filming. And he was locked down for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks. So having to deal with the stress of the move, first from Brooklyn to LA, he was filming then, and then from LA to Atlanta was a whole lot. So I remember, never forget, it was on Valentine's Day. He was supposed to wrap on the 15th. And I was like, damn, you're gonna miss like our first Valentine's Day in our new home and whatnot. And he's like, I know, just do the best you can until I get there. So literally it's the 13th, but it's going into midnight, so it's about to be Valentine's Day. And I'm packing away some boxes, the kids are in bed, I have a blow-up mattress in the room, and then I'm walking to the bedroom and I see someone like approaching the front door. So at first I panicked, because I'm like, I'm in this house by myself with these kids, no alarm system yet. And then when I squint and look, it's literally him in the doorway. So he was like, I told you the 15th just because I wanted you to think I wasn't going to be home. But I was home my first Valentine's Day. And then 9 months later, Dakota came. So
Happy Valentine's Day.
happy Valentine's Day.
Love
Literally
Jay.
almost to the date. Like he's born November 8th.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So way to
Yeah, 'cause
christen the house
Scorpios are
and get fourth
Valentine's
baby. Yeah,
conceived
typically.
babies.
Typically.
Cody would
Do you know from experience?
I mean, I wasn't. I
And
do
your
have 2
children.
twins.
You
but
were
they're
there.
twins. They're twins, so they were early. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? But I'm a conceived Valentine's baby.
Really?
Oh, that's so
as
I even
October
say for the new
31st.
year, I feel like Cairo and Azara.
Yeah.
Were they New Year's?
Yeah, no, so what's this child name? Azara. She was a sympathy, sad.
I remember this story. Yes.
It was my sister's birthday,
Oh.
and I was depressed.
Oh my
And like any good
goodness.
husband, he
Of
thought it
course.
giving me some penis would help me feel better about my
took
dead
it.
sister.
That's
You
so
took it.
typical.
Because that makes sense, right?
Yeah, you fell
I'm
for it,
sorry, your
though.
sister's dead. Let me fuck you. Like, okay,
Oh Lord.
perfect. Okay, but it worked, and we had a baby, and she's great. So
I love that for
It's,
y'all.
it's fine.
Love
Yeah.
that.
All of that, yes. But part of okay. So that was the vibe when you were moving to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yay, DeVal. Okay, but
Yes.
now you, friend.
Yes.
Because that was 2020. This surprise Valentine's moment,
Yeah,
right?
2021, yep.
2021,
Right.
and now here we are in 2025, and you
Yeah.
are on our TV screens.
Yes,
Insane.
and I love
Insane.
it.
Sorry, my mind is catching up to this conversation. We were all pregnant at the same time.
Yes.
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 That's right. We all
Are
are
you-
2021
You're
babies.
here now. Hey, boo.
Welcome.
Welcome.
That nap really
to the Mama's Day.
Rewind.
I know, but it even had me thinking about it when I came to you guys' live show, which was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
Sidebar,
for being
whatever
here.
city you guys are in next,
Yes.
you guys have to come. I may very well fly in with some
Yay!
friends in that city. It was such a good time, and I'm so happy that you guys curated that on a Monday night.
thank you. I know.
Because it almost just like pushed us as moms and women to say, you know what, we even if it is a Monday night, them kids gonna be all right.
Yes.
They will be fine. What a way to start the week. My cup is filled. And then to be here today, I mean, it was amazing. So
Thank you.
just a little giving you your flowers.
And you brought your
while
mom
we're
too,
here.
which was
Yes.
She
I
was
love your mom.
so happy. Thank you.
my
And she
boo.
loves you back. She
Yes.
literally was like, that girl Ashley, there's something about her.
The
There's
Capricorn.
something about her. And I
birthday
said, she
twin.
has your birthday.
Yes,
Like,
and we
literally.
both had on all black. So
Yeah, and
it's
she was like,
meant to
"Oh,
be.
that's exactly what
Yes.
it is." I know. So it was a really, really good time. But back to what was the question you asked? I
Okay,
feel like
so
was
we
just
I
You
didn't
on
have-
TV.
There's no
Me on
question.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're on TV now.
Yeah,
And I guess
yeah.
the question is like, that's a 5-year period where you guys made this big move to Atlanta, and not just a 5-year period. You have a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
So
it's
you've
been a
been
long time
you've been
coming.
momming and wifing and moving,
Yeah.
and now does this feel like a new season for you? What does this feel like right now?
Yeah, it does feel like a new season, but for like so many different things. And I think this year in particular has put a lot in perspective for me because it's been such a long time coming. It's almost weird because the things that DeVal and I, for example, have planned to do in order to build the legacy for our boys that we've been doing for some time now, we feel like for a brief moment we might have lost sight of the why. And that was something that he and I had to reassess at the top of the year, because we're like, man, we're running here, we're running there, we're going to that event, we're taking that gig. And we realized that we were in this monotony of just always having to go and do something. And in the moment it feels good because you feel like you're making progress. But then you realize you're burnt out, you're not home as much, your children need you in a way that you need to show up for them on a more consistent basis.
Yeah.
Like, it's great to have a village. I appreciate my mom and dad living with us full time. My in-laws come in when it's convenient for them as well, or if we need them. But there's nothing like being home and being stationary and being consistent at home.
I'm sorry, I think I have ADHD. Jesus Christ, your ring.
You think? You think you have ADHD?
Why, thank you.
Both the ring.
It
and
was
the
literally shiny coin syndrome. I was like,
Squirrel.
Exactly. I mean, it's all the lights too.
Right, Jesus.
But thank
Okay,
you.
sir, I'll stay
Let me tell you, I
focused.
almost lost my life with two of them boys, so you better have.
I know that's
You know what
right.
I'm
I know that's right.
Put a
I'm
big ring on
sorry.
it.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you,
but
thank
you have not lost focus. Go ahead now.
Thank you, love. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Good job, Ellis. But yeah, we had to really assess at the top of the year what that was going to look like for us.
Yeah.
Because though when DeVal and I are home, of course, we're super active parents, and it wasn't anything that the children were complaining about.
Yeah.
It was just for us.
Yeah, internal.
We needed to
Yeah.
be home more. So, saying all that to say, at the end of 2024, I was actually in Jamaica. Shout out to Jamaica, who's now recovering from Hurricane Melissa. That's a whole nother story in itself. But I was back home in Jamaica, end of 2024, talking to my manager, and he's like, okay, Khadeen, like, we want to get the ball rolling for 2025. What are your plans? What do you want to do? And I actually felt very stuck. For the first time, I didn't have clarity about what I wanted. I wasn't sure about what was making me happy. I wasn't sure about the avenues that were fulfilling me as a mom, as a wife, as a career woman, as an actress. And I literally said to him, whatever God has for me in store next, I'm gonna rock with it. I said, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I said, I know you like to plan. I typically like to plan. But in this particular season, I felt like I needed to just relinquish everything to God. And I put it at his feet. And I was like, literally on a balcony. I was on the balcony of this beautiful hotel overlooking a cliff, meditating, drinking my coffee, praying, all that. And DeVal came out. It was January 1st, and he came out onto the balcony and he said, I'm going to the gym. It's the first day of the year. And I was like, my new year is going to start on Monday, honey. It's Wednesday. I'm on vacation. Like, I ain't about to go to the gym right now. And he was like, you see, don't be that person that doesn't start on the new year. So I said, I don't know. I just had this feeling that my new year is going to start on Monday. And I said it jokingly, and I just kind of let it go. So he left, sat there some more. Got home on that Saturday, which was the 3rd. January 6th, I get a text message from Tyler Perry. And he said, what do you have on your plate for 2025? And I literally said to him, it's funny you asked that. It's funny you asked that. I said, because I don't have anything on my plate. I'm open to whatever God has in store for me. And he said, read this. And he sent me one of the pilot episode of Divorced Sisters. And after reading that, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, it's good. I thought he just wanted an opinion about something. I didn't think he was
Like asking you.
if I wanted to be a part of this or audition for this. So I'm like, oh, it's great. Like, this is awesome. And then literally within 4 weeks, I get a call from my agent that they want to bring me into LA to audition for the role of Geneva. And it was interesting because I was like, I didn't foresee something like this on my bingo card for 2025. Not because it's not something I didn't want or wasn't working toward. I just didn't know about the timing of everything. And doing that at the very end of 2024, top of 25, just kind of being still and allowing God to work in his great timing, this opportunity presented itself. And then 2025 for me hit the ground running from the acting front, which is something I've always wanted to do. I went to school for this. I don't know if you remember, Melanie, but
I do remember.
do you remember?
Oh, I remember.
So this was, I had to look it up. This
It was outside of Club 4040.
Yes, yes. So
Wow.
this
New
was
York.
2013.
Yep.
Whoa.
I was doing a gig with this this company called the Hot Zone USA. At the time, I was doing it's entertainment reporting,
Okay.
so I was trying to find a place that I could get some, some rolls, footage, whatever, build up my tape. And the very first event I had was at the 4040 Club. Robinson Cano had an event there for his charity. And I was on the red carpet, so nervous because this was my first time on a red carpet interviewing anyone. And the very first person I interview is Melanie.
It was, yeah.
Yep. And we have footage. Like, I
Yep.
have to show it to you guys.
Wait,
on YouTube.
I
There
didn't
is
see
footage.
this.
I love it.
There's footage. And I pulled it up for my mom last night, and she was like, oh my God, Khadeen, I have goosebumps. This is like a full circle moment. And I'm like, I
Yes.
know, but it was insane because Melanie was the very first person. And of course, with your warm spirit and her personality, every bit of nerve that I had in my body left after. So that was like so divine that you were the first person that I interviewed
That's
on the carpet.
wild.
Because she really just allowed me after that. It just came so naturally. I was able to like fall into my reporter bag, honey.
Yes.
And I was on that carpet just like, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant
Yeah.
to be in front of the camera.
That's beautiful.
So thank you for that. I don't know if you understand how much like your spirit and your energy, even from a distance, social media, like I know my
crying
cycle's
today.
today,
We
so
wanna
don't get me
cry.
started.
Girl, I
I'm in the
got like 3 more
luteal
days.
phase, same,
Yes,
similar,
okay.
similar. But I don't know if you understand, and each of you, like I don't know if you understand how much your presence, even just on social media, is so uplifting. You know, we get to choose who we follow,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
yes.
So you never
Remind
know
the
when you're
people,
doing.
you get to choose who
get
you
to-
follow.
Baby,
You don't
that
have to
part.
suffer.
You don't. You don't. But I just hope you know how much like your light is so bright. And in that moment, I didn't even know what I needed to comfort me, but you were like the biggest gift that I received that day.
That's
So
so
no,
beautiful.
thank you for that. Like
Yeah.
that
You know
was
what my mom always says?
amazing.
God don't come, he send.
Wait, what's that? I don't know that one.
God don't come, he send.
Oh,
God doesn't come to you, he sends.
true.
Don't
yes.
call me
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, that was how he sends.
So,
Yeah.
it is one of those things, and that means so much because, again, I think for me in entertainment as well, like, I've never gone into it, for better or worse, I'd never go into it thinking about, like, the ego or entertainment part of it. Like, I
Yeah.
just show up and I'm like, all right, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
But you just never know the impact you
Yeah.
have on people, which
You
is
really
why
don't.
I just am always like, I'm going to be cool, I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be myself. And those who, I get it and we get it, and then that's it. And I don't ever really think about it. But, like, to know, again, the full circle moment through motherhood,
Yes.
music, entertainment, all of it.
Yes.
It really is beautiful. And I say this often now because I'm at a certain point in my career where I too am surrendering to what God has in store for me. We've also just relocated from LA. We left LA. We now live in the East Coast.
Yeah.
So we're, we are, I'm in that space, but I really am taking moment and taking inventory of the journey of what life is, and not taking for granted the people that you meet along the way and the encounters and the experiences. Like D'Angelo just passed away, and I had this whole moment because I had toured with him, and I had this whole moment where it was like, even though I hadn't seen him since the tour or kept in contact artist-wise, it's like there's a very sacred thing that you get to experience with people when you have these very intimate moments that are not just public and in passing, where you connect and you create and you have conversation and you have moments that stick with you and push you and catalyst you to another point that you didn't even know you were headed.
Right.
So I'm taking so much more gratitude for the smallest things, and that's what this podcast has been, is just creating conversations and moments that make impact.
And I love that you talk about real moments, because that has been like high on my priority list this year. Moments that are not performative, that are impactful in real time and in real life.
Yeah.
Being able to say no comfortably to situations that don't serve you anymore. Not taking every gig and every event because you feel like it's going to move the needle. This second half of the year, starting, I want to say in July, Deval and I have just been locked in with just home and the boys.
That's beautiful.
And, we've been saying no.
Yeah.
We've been saying,
That's
baby,
great.
hey, Khadeen, do you want to join this panel? No. Okay, do you want to, we have this? No.
Yeah.
I don't. With a smile. With a smile, thank you. With a smile, because if it's going to take me out of my home and away from my children and
It
away
gotta be
from my
worth it.
responsibilities, it has to make sense.
Oh, and you decided to see
And I'm
us.
here today with y'all,
Wait,
baby.
not just for our show, but
Right.
also
Both.
for our recording
Back
Yes.
to back, back to back.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
Selfishly,
Oh, what?
I think I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this. It's been a difficult season for me, particularly this last half of the year. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My dad had a stroke in September, so that was something, of course, unexpected, and thank God he's doing well. I was at home. Deval and I actually were recording the podcast when it happened, And let me tell you another thing about being obedient to things that God said yes and no to. We were supposed to be in Greece that week, Val and I. We had postponed our 15-year wedding anniversary trip. And that week we were supposed to be in Greece. And about 2 or 3 weeks prior, he said to me, after we had that conversation about where we wanted to be, he's like, I feel like I just want to be home, Kay. I'm travel fatigued.
Yeah.
You had the show premiere, all the press you've done. Like, I really feel in my spirit that we should be home. And I typically would have been like, but it's my 15-year wedding anniversary, not our. It's my 15-year wedding anniversary, and I deserve to be in Greece.
Yeah.
You know, and then Khadeen, who is more mature and who understands the ebbs and flows of life, I was like, you know what, babe? You're absolutely right. Let's stay home. No big deal. Greece ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And my father has a stroke that Thursday. And my mom was at a tennis tournament, so she was gone almost the entire day. And I just think to myself, God forbid I wasn't home, Val wasn't home.
Yeah.
Tribble, our podcast crew, was there. They're like, Dad doesn't look right. Just check in on him. And we realized he was having a stroke. He showed the signs and symptoms, high blood pressure, slurring words, couldn't walk properly. I literally threw him in my car and drove to the nearest ER. And lo and behold, he had a stroke. And I'm just so grateful for the way things panned out, you know, because it could have gone very differently. So thankfully he's on the mend. He has to have a heart procedure in December. I'm like, going for your oil change, your tune-up, rotate your tires, you know, and you're gonna come back out feeling that much better. You know, and then I'm also dealing with a friend who is literally dying from cancer simultaneously, so I've been popping in and out to check on her. And I hate to say that she's dying from cancer because I'm trying to keep it also in perspective, you know, with the information that we've gotten and also, you know, still holding on to the faith that she's fighting. But there's just so many things that I've been juggling. So selfishly, I needed to be in a space like this because I think sometimes we underestimate the value in just being together.
Gathering.
Think about how many times you're in the group chat and you're playing hopscotch around your calendar to figure out what date we can all just get together for nothing more than to just be and to exist. Like, I love that I could just throw on a t-shirt and some jeans,
girl.
baby, and kind of, I got a little beat down because I said, sis is looking rough, you know? So shout out to Grace. But, you know, I felt like in this space, I just needed to be energized.
I think a lot of people
filled.
need that right now.
Yeah.
Like the reality of 2025 is whether it's individuals in our lives that things are happening to, whether it is people losing their careers, like all of the layoffs, like so much is happening, so much pain, so much fear, so much heaviness.
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
That we have to prioritize time and
These
space
moments,
with the people who bring us joy. And also just safe spaces.
For
you know?
sure. For sure.
I think it also comes with age. What I noticed too, like when I turned 40 is, I don't know, I literally, what Melanie told me was gonna happen, she said the same thing. She was like, when you turn 40, you're just gonna change, girl. Like you just come into yourself and you're very clear about your entire life. And that's what happened to me when I turned 40. I was just like, none of this even matters. Like I always had that perspective, but I think even when you talk about building too, it's like, well, what am I building towards? Do you know what I mean? And like, what are these career goals that I have? Do they even matter? Are we okay as a family? Like, if nothing changed, are we okay? And that to me is like, yes, we're fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, anything else is extra. So I'm not fighting to survive like back in the day when it's like, you got to get out the hood or you got to get this way. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to just grind, don't have time for yourself. But it's like when you get to a place where you, figure out what's important to you, what matters to you as far as your life, the lifestyle, regardless. But I think we are very clear. We both have older children and younger children too. And I think that really puts you in a perspective, or Khadeen and I both have older children and younger children, where you're like, this little 3-year-old is going to be 14, going to be 16 very soon.
Absolutely.
And it's like those moments, I don't want to, and you know, we have 4 kids. Well, I had one child for 7 years, so I really know what it's like to have an only child. And even trying to recreate that bond, that attentiveness with every single child is almost impossible. And it's almost a full-time job just showing up for each child, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It is a job.
Dial stepping around personalities.
Girl,
and who needs what,
hormones.
when, why. Oh yes, we're in
Yes.
the trenches with the 14 and the 16
Yes,
year
girl.
old.
It's a lot, and it's
is.
just changing that mentality from like this child is driving or about to be driving, and I have a 3-year-old, and they're just all of the and in the middle, the kids in the middle, and so I think you just get to a point where you're like, the most important thing is my children, the legacy that I leave with them. They're going to miss me if something happens to me. They'll be suffering if something happens to me. My job will be replaced. My role will be replaced in any movie, television show, podcast, essentially. But my children, I'm their mom.
Right.
Like that's you said what?
Not this one.
Okay, thank you.
Not Ellis ever after.
We don't replace
No,
her.
we ain't going nowhere.
We just keep dwindling down. Destiny's Child. And then there were 2. No, it's just me. No, but seriously, you know what I mean?
No.
You get a perspective of like, these are the things that matter the most.
It makes me think about like parenthood is constantly checking in with yourself. Like adulthood is constantly checking in with yourself.
Yeah.
Because like the thing that you said, Khadeen, that I'm still sitting with, because I've heard it a lot lately, is that at the end of last year, you were like, I'm not going to, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it was almost like I'm not going to set a goal for 2025.
Right.
I'm going to be still. I'm going to see what comes.
Yes.
And that comes from a place of privilege. We talk about that a lot lately.
Yeah.
You know, everyone can't do that, but everyone should check in with themselves about what they can and cannot do and hold, and allow, like, find ways to be quiet and listen and let God bring things to you. Like I heard you say it, and I'm kind of like, maybe I can just sit still and. You know, you hear that, and you're just like, yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
I'm not
How do
gonna
you
plan
actively do
nothing.
it?
God, what you got? I'm gonna get that call in 3 days.
But everybody can do it in some aspect. Maybe it's not your career, or maybe it's for a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there's areas where we all can just sit back and take care of yourself.
Yes.
Do you know what I
Take
mean?
care
Whether
of
it's going to the
yourself.
gym, whether it is like, no, I'm actually going to sit here and relax on this balcony with this beautiful view. Like you take the moment to just pause and say, where am I? Who am I? Center yourself and just
what do I need?
And what do I need?
What do I not need?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to do, but I think it's a really good practice in all areas of your life.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that put things in perspective, it's funny when you mentioned it doesn't have to just be career, even just people who are draining, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's family.
Girl.
Sometimes it's family. Like, we've even had to reassess how available we can be to adults.
Yes.
You know, who are able-bodied and can do things
One
that
would
they're just
think.
not doing, you know?
One would
and,
think.
you know, we never do anything because we know that we'll get something in return. But at one point I thought to myself, I was like, man, if this role was reversed and I needed this, who would be able to show up for me, you know? And then when I realized that list gets to be shorter and shorter.
You can't be the only source. You can't be everyone's source and you have no source.
Like an outlet, and there's just plugs.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And you got to turn the power source off.
Baby,
family or
listen.
not. My grandfather, my uncle is the one who said it to me. He said, you do know that you were not born to take care of everybody else who doesn't want to take care of themselves. Because he was the rich uncle. So he was the source of the family, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was plugging into him. And he got to a point where he was like, no. And that's what he told me. He said, you have 4 children. He said, you absolutely can tell everybody no every single time because you have 4 reasons why. You're not a bad sister. You're not a bad cousin. You're not a bad mom, like nothing. Your children come before everybody else. So anything that you take out of you is taken from your children.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And anybody that doesn't understand them, that's none of your business.
Learn that this year, baby.
Yeah, it was,
Learn
it's hard.
that this
Same.
year.
Same.
Because to your point, Codie, people are losing jobs, opportunities. It's harder to come by. We know what this industry looks like. There is nothing guaranteed about a job, about a script, about a production company. Like none of those things are anything that's super tangible and reliable, especially now. So I've really cleaned house a lot in these past couple months, and it's made me feel a lot lighter in general. But then in walks perimenopause, and then I'm a basket case. Oh my God. It's just like, wait
Not
a
our
second.
good girl Perry.
Am I on the cusp of, you know, what's happening
If you
here?
are technically, if you are over 35, you are in it. You could be in it at any
You
point
could
after
be,
35.
yes. As a black
But the
woman.
thing that sucks is like perimenopause symptoms are similar to your cycle symptoms. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes it's just like you really don't know. You're like, and then when you're a mom, it doesn't make it any better because I'm like, well, I've been in perimenopause since I was 24. I ain't slept since I was 24 years old.
You know, and it also makes me realize women who are like the generation prior to me. So even like my mother-in-law, my husband and my brother-in-law would joke like, my mom's crazy. Like, she's crazy. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I've been around the family for 23
Yes,
years now, so
yes.
I've seen a lot. And they're like, she's just crazy. And then now that I'm going through certain things and the moods, and I said, wait a second.
That lady was going through the change.
She was going through the change. So when she was at the house recently, I sat down with her. We were just drinking some tea, chilling, chatting and stuff, because she's very candid with me too. And I was like, sis, Ma, tell me the symptoms you've been feeling over the past decade and a half.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'm on the cusp. But I love that we're talking about it now, so it's not that women are being labeled.
Yeah.
They're crazy. There are actual, tangible things happening to our bodies
Yep.
that
We literally
We can
can have this
describe.
grace for teenagers. Teenagers go through a hormonal shift and we're like, oh, it's the hormones. Oh, okay, I guess I have to have grace. Oh, why are they in such a bad mood? Oh, okay, we're gonna ride it out from 12 to 19 or whatever it is. But we forget that women are actually experiencing that in their 30s and 40s, and nobody has the grace for us.
We don't
know?
forget. They just have, no one's been educated about it until like last year. Like
Yeah.
literally nobody cared.
Yeah. And when I
Yeah,
spoke to
that's
Deval
true.
about it, he was like, you know, is this like a catchphrase that people are using now? I said, it ain't no catchphrase.
What,
Like,
menopause?
like being
Perimenopause?
Perimenopause is an actual thing.
Yeah.
And shout out to my man, because he literally went down a rabbit hole, like
Girl.
researching.
Yes.
And
As
he
he
was
should.
cross-referencing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's just like, send me your app, you know, where I track my
Your cycle app, yep.
And we had let me tell you, we had this disagreement in the house one day, right? Baby asked me what it was about, because I don't know. I don't know what the disagreement was about, right? He was asking me about something that I might have done or not done or whatever, and we're going back and forth about it. And literally, I reached a point where I, at the top of my lungs, was like, I'm doing the best that I can with what I got.
Yes, Mariah.
And
Yes.
I don't know what else to want me to do. And it was like literally just screaming at the top of my lungs. I went and grabbed the car keys. Mind you, I had on like biker shorts and like a sports bra, because I don't wear clothes in my house like that,
Yeah.
right?
With that body is tea, so that's why.
I mean, trying. But no, I literally went and grabbed the car keys, grabbed my cell phone, went into my car, turned off Life 360, because don't come looking for me.
Don't look for me.
I don't want to be found.
Oh my God.
My nigga, don't find me. So I turned off Life 360, got in the car, drove literally around the corner to like a nearby park, and I screamed at the top of my lungs a couple times and sobbed. And I wasn't even, ask me why.
Don't know. Have no idea.
Don't know why.
Perry.
So
Good old
all,
Perry.
all he did was text me, and he said, I just want to know that you're safe.
Oh.
Please put your location on. I won't come for you.
Okay.
Take as much time as you need.
Girl.
He didn't check the calendar. He's like, what face?
Right.
How
He
do
was
I
like,
approach
love
this
text.
argument?
T minus 3 days.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But after all was said and done, I came back home. I felt like I owed him an apology in that moment, because that was like so far,
Yeah.
like beyond what I would
Yeah.
typically do, or how I would react or even carry myself. But then there was also the discussion about like, I don't understand
Yeah.
what's happening and why I can't control it.
Yeah.
I like to pride myself on being pretty put together and,
Yeah.
you know,
Composed.
and poised. And in that moment, baby,
No, she came out.
she was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So that's what led me into then really assessing like, okay, what are the options for me?
Yeah.
What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
I have 4 sons that I don't want to label their mom crazy as
Right.
they're growing up.
Absolutely.
You
That
know,
part.
having a 14-year-old son who's going through his own emotions and
Yeah.
changes and stuff as he's growing, because he's on the cusp of puberty. So I had to have that conversation with even my son.
Good. I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you that. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Talk to
my
him about
son,
it.
and Deval followed up too from a man's perspective. I had an embarrassing moment when we were on vacation one time where, because of my heavy cycles, I kind of bled through some clothes onto a chair in a restaurant, and it was like a whole thing. And Deval, swung into action, and he took the cushion up and put it over his head because it started raining. So he put it over his head. And I'm like, oh my God, Deval, you can't leave with that. And they're like, senor, and he's just like, I got it, I'm running. And we went back to the hotel room. We were in Dominican Republic, went back to the hotel room. And I'm like, mortified, of course, but like trying to clean myself up. And he's cleaning off the cushion. And then he calls the boys in when he's done. And he's like, So mom had a little, accident. This is what happened, and this is what happens when women are on lady time. So
Lady time is crazy.
Lady time. We call it lady time in the house.
That's
so
hilarious.
the boys now are even aware of, like, if they see that mom's in bed for a day, or like,
They
a little,
understand.
they understand what's happening. Because I really genuinely want them to understand that if they want to be a husband one day, and if they're going to have a wife,
But
or
also
they're
they're
going to
gonna
be
have
dating women,
friends.
they're going to have
They're
friends
gonna
who
have
they may have to
female
protect.
friends at school.
But
Absolutely.
same with I
You
think
know?
do the same thing with my girls, because I don't remember my mom talking to me about her cycle.
Yeah, no.
I do remember her going through menopause, because I remember her hair being thin and her talking about how dry it was, and she talked to me about it, like, my hair is so dry, I'm going through menopause. And I started researching with her, this is years ago, and I was like, they say you could take prenatal pills for, and I gave my mom, because I think when she was going through menopause, I was pregnant or had a mirror. It was like around the same time as my first time becoming a mom, and she's going through menopause at the same time. I gave her my prenatal pills, and she was like, dang, these are amazing. She was like, it's helped so much. And so this is with very little information, girl. I tell her, I've never stopped taking them. My daughter has been taking them since she started her cycle. I just feel like because they put so much in there, and some of us don't always absorb enough, it's just the extra little
extra,
keeps your womb healthy.
Of course,
Yeah, so
of
we do
course,
that
all the
too. But like,
things.
I talk to my daughters about my cycle. Like, I'm on my period, I'm tired. I'm like, please stop yelling. I have a migraine. But I want them to understand. I'm like, well, no, I'm laying down because I'm bleeding heavily and I'm overwhelmed. And like I talk to them about Tata's inside of my body.
Oh, yeah.
So she likes to.
You have a Velcro baby
she
too?
goes into the bathroom with me and hands me pads. The other day, she was like, are you bleeding? And I was like, no. And she just was like handing me a pad. I was like, get out of here. Okay, I just want to make sure you're not bleeding. You don't need a pad.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy.
But I think it's also like really important to talk to boys about it.
Yeah.
Like obviously girls,
yeah.
we gonna have that talk eventually.
Yes.
But like boys have to know as early as possible. And I also love that you're talking about menopause with Elise Jackson, you know?
Yeah.
I haven't started talking to mine about menopause, but we will.
Yeah.
Y'all know I likes to talk about
Baby
the things.
steps.
It's
Baby
important.
steps.
But wait, even when you're talking about your husband, I wanted to know, like, one of the things, so he started when I turned 39. Well, I was 39, I was about to turn 40. He started like looking up workout routines for women who are going through like menopause. And he was like, okay, when you turn 40, this is the type of workouts you have to do. And
to
you
support your
got to
body's
change the
changes.
way. And I was like, that's intense,
Yeah.
but thank you. But then he was like, you need to be eating these things. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But also, I would say something that changed that I was not expecting was my sex drive. And I was like, well, I don't know who this girl is.
Up or down?
Oh, it went down.
Really?
Yes, because I
normal.
I know,
Yeah,
but
that is
it
normal.
wasn't for
Yeah,
me.
for
Do
you.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Especially for us. That's never, we'd be like 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 weeks. How long we got to wait until
I
the
was
baby
a
come out?
4-weeker at one point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. That's why Tata and Asia.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. But I just feel like that was something that was hard, and also not something that a lot of people talk about. I know it changes. Some women, their sex drive goes up. Mine was like, in that, even having that conversation with your husband and being like, I am so attracted to you, but I don't know why I have zero desire to have sex. Like, once it's in there, I'm great, but it's like getting there.
Getting there is the
Yes, like the
process.
idea of
Absolutely.
it sounds absolutely ridiculous every single day.
And then
Why
also
would we do that?
discussing with them, like, also being overstimulated and like touched out.
Girl.
Touched out.
That-
Someone just always
Always.
Yes.
touching you.
Yes.
One of my best friends, her birthday was yesterday, and she was like, I was like, what'd you do for the weekend? She's like, I was alone.
Yeah.
Like, I went to, they have a house upstate. She said, I went to my house upstate and I was alone.
Yeah.
And she said, that's the most underrated birthday gift or activity. She said, I recommend women, moms, wives, you just do it.
Yeah.
I've been
You have a moment
struggling
to-
with that because
Really?
yes, I like being alone a lot lately.
Same.
But I'm like, I love my children. I
Uh-huh.
want to be at home
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
Like Tommy, we always find our way to each other. But like the kids, I feel a little bad when I leave them for any amount of time. But I also like when I'm there, I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I'm like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
I really love you, but it's a lot immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately.
And that's okay to feel like that.
I think that's how we all probably equally
Yeah.
feel. You're away, you miss them, and I miss my kids. When I'm away, it's terrible. I miss them every day, and as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, should have took a later flight. Why is anybody
Every
awake?
time.
Every time. It
Every
never
time. I'll talk
changes.
to Ashley as soon as she gets home, and the kids, she's just like, I should have just waited till they gone to bed.
Yeah,
Every time.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's funny, when we get home, like when we're not with the boys, for example,
Yeah.
they'll be like, Mom and Dad, like, we miss you. They'll FaceTime us, they'll message us and whatnot. And then when we get home, of course, after feeling guilty about being away for even a day,
Yes.
you get home and they're like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, and then they're gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And me and Deval look at each other like,
We rush back for this.
we rush
Right.
back for y'all to be
Or they start
doing whatever.
Can we go to our friends?
Right.
I
It's
thought
one
you
or the
missed
other.
me.
Can we? Come
Yes.
on. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
We could have took the later flight.
Yeah,
right.
To your point.
Just always take the later flight.
To your point. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But wait, before we get too far from menopause and perimenopause, I do want to recommend a book
Oh.
for everyone. Generation M by Dr. Jessica Shepard. She's Canadian. She lives in Dallas, so that's my
Okay.
sister.
Connection.
And I read it last year before I had any symptoms. And I mean, first off, she's a Black woman. She is like the foremost doctor specialist in menopause, and it's a great book that talks like about all the different stages, everything from like how you should work out, how you should eat, and it really prepared me for just like how I wanted to change my eating habits and my day to day. And so I just want to recommend that book to everyone.
Generation M, you said?
Generation M, yes.
Okay,
Love
Lord.
this.
Yeah. Show me the way.
No,
Because,
definitely, definitely get it
at
because
this
Dr.
rate-
Jessica Shepard is awesome.
Yeah. No, exactly. I think it's important to kind of understand where you are because then you can get ahead of it.
Yes.
Like right now, I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, once my cycle is over and I'm woman hear me roar and I'm doing
Yeah.
all the things going into ovulation phase, it's like as long as the valve like grazes like past me, I'm like, "Rrr, let's
Yeah.
do it, you know. But then maximizing the times when I feel good.
Yes.
You know, because I know some people who have to like literally alter their schedules.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to
That's fair.
simultaneously deal with the symptoms that you have.
Yeah.
So even when I filmed, for example, I think it worked in part because I needed to be emotional for some of it. You guys haven't seen the second half of season 1.
I'm
Just letting
waiting.
you know, I'm waiting with you, girl. Well, hopefully it'll be back soon.
It
But
will be.
it was helpful to have those symptoms. But my sister, she's actually a fertility nurse. She's a nurse
she
practitioner
is?
most recently.
Yeah.
Congrats to her.
That's
She passed her
amazing.
test. But she's in women's health.
Okay.
And she told me about this pill that you can use. It's kind of like a mini pill.
Yeah.
So you can delay your period a bit. So some people use it if they have like a big
Yes,
trip
vacations
coming
and
up.
stuff.
Or
What's it called?
I forget the name of it. It's similar to the mini pill though. So when
I
you're
don't even know what the
breastfeeding,
mini
you
But
can
pill
be
meet
is.
with your
on it.
doctor when
Yeah.
discussing this.
For sure,
Don't
exactly.
take this episode
Don't
as-
take this as law. This worked for me. So I don't even know the name of the medication, but it's something that I was able to get easily. And it delayed my cycle while I was, because I couldn't deal with having to like change
Yeah.
pads
That's
and
crazy.
quick changes
Yeah.
and Mr. Perry shoots so quickly and then dealing with all those symptoms. I just didn't want to have to. So I was able to go on this pill for a little bit just to delay the actual flow
Yeah.
for about a week. And then you stop it, and then
Yeah.
within like a day or two, then
It
the flow
comes.
comes back as
That's
normal.
interesting.
But it definitely was only doing that because I still felt all of the
Yeah.
emotion, but it worked for
Yeah.
what I needed it to work for
Right.
while filming. So
Okay, so last year,
Mm-hmm.
this time, you made a conscious decision not to plan.
Yes.
To let God say what it's about to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this question is for everyone. Okay. As we are nearing the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
what is that plan or lack thereof now for everybody?
Mel?
Well, you know, I already let God take over in this year. I really did. I really did. 2025. I moved. I let God. Let
Yeah,
God take
that's
over.
fair.
Yes.
We left everything. I left everything. I was in the middle of a, EP album cycle promotion. I was getting ready to go on tour. I canceled that tour. I decided I was like, you know what? I need to refocus things. I really want to feel differently about what I'm creating and how I'm creating moving
Yeah.
forward. And I literally then traveled with my family for 6 weeks. And I was like, God, what are we doing? We're spending time. We've been traveling so much, my husband and I. What are we doing? That 6 weeks turned into we're moving to the East Coast. So I literally have just been letting God clear the way for me and not knowing what's on the other side, but being open to what is on the other side and just
Yeah.
going with it. It's like, and every time this year that I've said, is this what we're supposed to do? Undoubtedly have I gotten a clear path to be like, yes, this is where you're supposed to go. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's there? I don't know what's there, but you got to go to find out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go.
Yeah.
So I think that that's what I'm continuing to do. I really don't. I think this year was about home life. We moved so I could be closer to my parents. We shifted our lives and moved to the East Coast so that we could be more integrated as a family, so that Jared and I could build as partners differently than how we've been building individually. And I feel like this season of my life, now that I have 2 kids in school, is also about me pouring back into myself.
Yeah.
And so I am just really receiving whatever comes my way to become this next version of myself that is going to be the person for the rest of my life. Like I keep calling this Act 2. I feel like 40 is like, you get to 40 and you're like, all right, here's Act 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always liken it to getting to 40 is like climbing up a mountain and you've done all these things, and I get to the top of the mountain and everybody thinks, okay, well, it's all downhill from here. And I'm like, no, I have a rocket ship waiting for me at the top of this mountain, and now I want to go explore space.
I
Wow.
love that
That's
perspective.
beautiful. Yeah.
And I literally was using the roller coaster
Yes,
analogy.
right?
Go up and
like
down.
here we are at 40. Put your hands up, baby. It's going down.
And now we're just like, there's gonna be some turbulence going up to the moon, though. We're gonna be holding on for dear life. But at the same time, like I'm finding beauty in the unknown, and I'm allowing myself to become who I've already been written and destined to be.
There it is.
And that, I think, is something that, as career women, up until this point, we have this vision of what we've done, who we're supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, ... And you just never know what is on the other side. I hear
true.
so many people say, I never knew I was going to. Ava DuVernay
Yeah.
didn't pick up a camera
to
to
what,
become a
40-something?
director until
was like
34 or
36,
something
36,
like
yeah,
that.
she's young.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, you just don't even know. You just don't even know what greatness lies beyond as we evolve. And I think just women are so dynamic. I think a lot of these hormonal changes allow for us to become new versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it's not just all about how difficult the change is, but it's how beautiful the change, what beauty the change can bring.
Yeah.
And so when you can see yourself go through so many things that are like, oh my gosh, this feels so hard, this feels so challenging, why am I emotional? Why do I need to go scream in a park? Now you're just kind of like, oh, right, because I'm supposed to change. I'm actually supposed to keep evolving, and I'm not supposed to hold on to this one version of myself that I thought that I was meant to be for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Or even the getting back to.
Yes.
People use that terminology a lot. Like after having a baby, I want to get back to my old self. You're never going to be that version.
Yeah,
Like,
Never,
Like,
never.
You're literally constantly evolving, and you should allow for that.
Yes.
Yes.
And you should be afforded, I think, a safe space within
Yeah.
your household
Yeah.
to explore that and change and freely and be given the grace to do that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in a similar space, I again am coming in a new clean palette right now at this end of the year. But I feel that that's just where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to let it be open to be able to receive what is coming next. And so I do. I feel very similar at the end of her story of last year. This is the end of my story this year. Yeah.
For
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Very good.
What about
very
you, Ash?
good.
I would say that I don't ever have New Year's resolutions for the most part. That's just not my personality. But I think I'm going with the vibes. But I think I've been doing that my whole life. And it works out for me. I really do. I
If
think
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm surely not. I think that the biggest thing is I've gotten to a place in understanding I'm doing enough. And that's been one of my biggest struggles, because I feel like I compare myself to other people who are doing something that I want to do. And I'm like, I see them doing 5,000 posts a day and da-da-da. I'm like, I have 4 children. And my 16-year-old is a great example of me mothering. Okay, she has a good child. And I have been doing a great job with her.
Absolutely.
She is an amazing, well-adjusted 16-year-old. I talk to her on the phone till 2 a.m. when I'm out of town. Like, that is my girl. And we just talk through life. And I'm like, girl, this is what you've been doing for the past 16 years of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why don't I have this book, or I wanted my book to be a bestseller, da-da-da. No, I have the best 16-year-old. Do you know what I mean? And I'm working on my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old and my 3-year-old. Like, that is my job. Everything else that I do, I'm doing enough, because I can't possibly do any more. I can't possibly give of myself anymore to anybody else. I'm here, I'm recording, we record shows, we did our live show. I told them, like, let's get ready for the tour at the beginning of next year. I told them, I was like, I'm not doing anything else. My daughters are in the Nutcracker, 2 weeks of December. That's my goal, that's my focus. I'm showing up for them, I'm volunteering. I gotta make sure my babies are there, they have lunch, they're fine. That's what I'm doing. And so everything, I've always kind of just felt like it will come when God downloads me. When I decided to make my children's book, I literally was just sleeping. I woke up in the middle of the night and like all the words came to me. And I kept saying, I need to write a children's book, I need a children's book. And then I just went to sleep and I woke up and the whole book was written in a night. And some people have different methods. You talk to a writer, they're like, write every day. And you should work on your gifts every single day. But sometimes you just need to work in the areas that you're working, and it'll all work out and maybe not for some people, but that's how it works for me.
For you,
Yeah, I'm focusing on my kids, I'm focusing on my work, but I am also comfortable and fully clear that I am doing all that I can do, and I'm not making myself feel bad about doing a lick of more. That's it.
Baby, I am so with you. I was literally over here like, speaking to me, you're speaking to me. Because I joked about in the very top of the episode after you announced me and like all the things I've done, and I'm like, that's great. But I am in the season of wife and mom.
Yep.
Wife and mom and self.
As you should be.
Wife, mom, and self. Because to your point, Ashley, we get one go at this parent thing. And when I look at Jackson, my oldest, because that's who's been with us the longest, and when I go to parent-teacher conferences and when I speak to his coaches and I speak to his friends' parents and they talk about how well respected he is at school and how much of a leader he is and his compassion for everyone and for people and for humanity, those are the things that matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the imprint I'm
That's
leaving.
the legacy.
That's the legacy.
That's the legacy.
That's the legacy. So in this season, to answer your question, Codie, I'm very much rooted in home, spending more time with my husband, because we've also realized that working together and being business partners and podcasting and flying here and there for whatever it is not quality time.
Yeah.
We've had to learn how to draw the line between what's work and we have to interact versus us connecting on the level that we know initially connected us.
Yes.
And that's that soulmate spiritual level where we're connected as like boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, best friends.
Business partners, all those things.
all
There's
the
so many
things.
relationships.
There's so many. So we realized that we were sometimes just passing ships.
Girl.
You know, you have this kid that has to go there, that kid needs help with this work obligation needs to be fulfilled. My parents live with us, so they're also relying on us for certain things. And we realized that we were passing ships in the same house.
Yeah.
And when we would get into our own little spats about things, we would laugh because we realized it was just because we missed each other.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even arguing about
Real
deep-rooted real issues.
Yeah.
It's like we're arguing because we miss each other and we just
Did you
want
miss your
more
boyfriend?
time. I miss my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm quick to hop a flight if I can, or now everyone's buckling down on finances. I'm like, find a room in the house, put the kids away, so that we can really just pour into each other again, and just giving each other grace through that, because it's requiring a lot of shifting from our part and a lot of shifting of mindsets, because both of us are so driven to want to just do the next thing and gain the next thing and make the progress that we've had moments where it's been hard to sit home and be like, well, we don't really have much to do today.
Yep.
That is progress.
Yeah.
Never get so busy making a living you forget to make a life.
Girl.
Because
Your mama say that too?
no, that's just good
morning and good night.
Good morning and good night. Make a living and a life.
Why are you crying?
I'm thinking about my end of year.
Oh my goodness, tell us.
And see, he coming back with the tissue. You gonna bring us tissues again? I was gonna take one of Khadeen's.
No, I know I would have shared, but I don't have any snot on
okay.
this. This is
Thank
okay.
you.
I'm just checking to make sure there's no
crazy.
snot.
I think that as much as I would love to say, I'm gonna just like let go and let God, right? Which part of me is, but what I'm saying is I don't feel like I can. I feel like this year has been, a lesson would imply that I've learned something, but it has been an experience,
Right.
of not having control. And maybe like more than just this year, but like not having control over, I mean, I've been devastated, as many of us have, since, what is that, November 4th, 2024.
Yeah.
And everything that we thought would happen, has happened.
Yeah.
And it has impacted every part of my life. In addition to the whole, y'all know the house thing. Yeah, for those that, we had a house fire and we've been in repairs, renovations for over 3 years, and with a whole lot of, you're gonna move in a couple months. So I have no control over that. And God. I know. And so when I think about like, what do I want to establish next year? I have so little control, and it just takes me back to what Ashley has said in multiple episodes recently, which is I have lost a lot of confidence. I have second guessed myself a lot. And I have like looked for a win to like, I need a win so that I feel better.
And what do you constitute as a win?
That's what I was gonna
Is it
say,
Any
'cause
one of
you've
these
done
things,
so
you know,
many
it's like,
amazing things.
let's get the
Yeah.
sprinkler, because we got to, anyway, there's a house thing that's happening right now. It's like, let's
Yeah.
get that, and then it's like a win, full steam ahead. Let's have a Mama Stin big sponsor, and that's a win. Let's have other things that are just like happening, that
Yeah.
aren't happening, but might happen. And it's like, let's just get a win. And so not having them when I want to, think I should, etc., has felt like failure.
Oh. That makes me so sad because you've had
Codie.
so many wins
Right.
in the midst of your loss. And so I think
This year it's just been a lot.
yes, girl, but
Yeah.
it's not even just
Yeah.
been this year, baby.
I
You've
know,
had
but-
a hard last since the fire. It's just been a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think what I would challenge you to do then for your new year is to sit
Right.
and really maybe write down all the wins that you've had.
I've been
You need a win
Okay.
jar.
Yes, you do, baby, because I promise you it's going to be fuller than a lost
I've
jar.
been struggling to sit still
Yeah.
and write. To like even just my thoughts, my feelings,
Yeah.
but having a task like that, I think is helpful.
Yes.
And so
Do you
I
get
will
time
do that.
to yourself to be able to do that? Because we talked about the value of alone
Barely.
She doesn't, girl.
No.
Yeah.
No. Like even when I've been alone lately, it's been like, now what? What do I do? And I've sat down with paper, girl. I have sat down and just stared at blank paper.
Yep.
So, but that for me, my end of year is taking control of that in an effort to remind myself of my wins, my successes, the things that are working,
Yes.
and who I am. Like I feel you. You Ashley said this on another episode. Like, you know, just knowing how capable I am and how like I'm always stressed about something and then it is bomb. Like it
Yes.
is successful.
Yeah.
And I want to skip the stressful part. I want to feel like I know the positive is coming.
Yeah.
And it's just been hard.
It's hard.
It's
I
hard.
understand. This season is tough for a lot of people. I mean, you see my shirt. I'd be remiss if I don't even talk about Jamaica really quick and just.
Yeah, of course.
I think that puts things in perspective for me when I look at people who have lost
Everything.
Everything.
One day
Everything.
it's one thing, and the next day
The
it's
guy at
gone.
our hotel is from Jamaica. The guy at our hotel when we stayed for our live show was from Jamaica, and he was telling us he was like, I couldn't hear from my family for 3 days.
Can you imagine?
For 3 days, and he said my whole childhood home, everything's
Everything
gone.
is
He said
just
they were
gone.
just all in a church, packed in there, and then when it was over, there was nothing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's been heartbreaking, and that just put some things in perspective for me this year. It's like, damn, Khadeen, like you think you got issues,
Yeah.
you think things aren't working out in your favor, and I think for so long too, I've always attached success and wins to a career perspective.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how
the
we
things,
were trained.
Yeah, the things that are visible, the things that
Right.
people can rally around you and support you with. You know, whatever your God-given talent is that you feel like you have to put on display, and it's just like, when can I get that yes after
Yeah.
hearing so many
Yeah,
no's?
yeah.
And I'm also learning too that as much as I thought that mattered to me, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'd love to do all the things, and I am thankful for the opportunity to be a series regular on a show
Of
that I
course.
pray will come back for seasons to come.
They will.
But at the same time, I'm finding joy in just the very simple things.
Yeah.
The simple things.
Finding joy in the very simple
I find joy
things.
with you guys.
Yes, good.
I love
but
that.
you're also an amazing mother, and your children are incredibly intelligent and kind and loving, and
Yes.
they love you so much.
Yes.
And you are doing enough, and you have accomplished a lot, friend. A lot.
Sure.
Anything that you lose, you got to look at it like, wow, but I created this to lose it. And some people haven't even made anything to lose yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a good perspective.
Like they are just
bar.
fighting their life to make something,
something.
just so they can have something to say they had it. Girl, you done had and lost and had and lost and had and lost, and that isn't that the greatest blessing in the world? To be able to create and visualize something and see it on television. You know how many people walk up to me because of Black
Black
Love
Love.
documentary?
That's the
All
first
of
way I
us,
found
right.
you. That's how I found
Yes,
you.
no matter what I do, and they tell me, but I'm so, didn't you know how many things I've
Right.
done since then? possessed.
And to your point,
Children I've had since then.
to your point at the live show, like that we didn't know was going to be on OWN Network.
Girl.
I was like, oh, someone's probably shooting a little web series. No big deal.
She was like, did you even Google these people? Because I was just ignoring her email. He said, you might want to email them back. They done made some things, honey. They actually know what they're
We
doing.
had done a few things before that. Yeah.
But
Yes.
if all else fails, you won.
Yes.
When Brooks knew what an octagon was
Girl.
at like 6 months old. Okay?
Right.
I remember vividly being like, this baby said octagon.
I know.
And I look at, who was it, Kyra? I was like,
Say, girl, she had me looking at Azara like, if you don't figure out the difference between blue and purple, fools around her
baby's out here reading,
Right.
okay?
Yes, and your baby running,
appreciate that.
girl, you have ran a marathon.
Marathon. But I did that. Listen, I'm proud of the half marathon.
Okay.
That was this
As you
year.
should. That was this
That was
year.
this year.
That's a
I'd be
win.
trying to remember that.
Yes, girl, I can't even walk around the block sometimes.
This is something I think we all can do. When you sit there and you feel overwhelmed by looking at a piece of paper and some time and how long that's going to take, it doesn't need to be that. You need to rip 1-2 lines off of that
Yep.
piece of paper and be like, today I ate on time. I ate 3
Yes.
meals.
Baby.
That's a win.
That part.
Today I
Got
whatever
my
it
kids to
is.
school on time.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Right.
whatever it is
Right.
today, whatever it is, like
I
I
like
think
that.
we forget that we can celebrate all the small wins.
And
Like
you're doing enough.
yes.
There's literally nothing else you could do. Honey, you are one human being with 3 kids.
That reminder is good too, because it just always feels like, what else should I be doing?
Nothing.
No.
Take a nap.
That's exactly
Did you do the best you can with what you got today? Win.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. We're
When?
always thinking about what needs to be done. I had to even break my mom from that mentality.
Oh,
Of course.
Lord.
Because,
Well,
you
girl.
know,
Generationally.
That's hard with the-
generationally,
From
culturally,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a whole nother.
you know, they joke about Jamaicans having 5 jobs. She
Yeah,
did.
right.
You know, so I felt so good that she was able to retire and come live with us. And
Yes.
she's always coming to me, so what do we have to do today?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, Mom, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, go play tennis. Go
Yes.
enjoy yourself. You're not here to be my housekeeper,
Yep.
my babysitter. No, you're here to be grandma.
Yeah, I was happy to hear she was in a
help.
tennis tournament.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
That was awesome.
Her name is Sharon, so we call her Sharina. And she
Yes,
loves
Sharina.
it. Sharina to the world.
Sharina.
Sharina be out there giving it to them.
Yes,
love
my kindness.
Yes. Baby, my mother will be 68 in December,
That's
honey.
beautiful.
And she is moving. She had a heart attack at 54.
Wow.
Wow.
At 54. Another God moment where she was actually working out with her trainer, who's a good friend of ours, Cairo's godfather, and she looked off, and he was like, I think you should go home. My brother, as God would have it, happened to be home running late going into work that day. My dad was like, oh, maybe take a nap, you'll feel better. The doctor was like, had you laid down, you would not have woken up.
Jesus.
Wow.
My brother was like, it's either I take you to the ER because you don't look good, or I'm calling an ambulance and making a
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she literally collapsed on the floor in the ER at 54.
Wow.
So if that puts anything in perspective
Right.
for us, we have to take
Care of
our
ourselves.
bodies.
Yep.
Yes.
Health
Yes.
is a whole nother component, but it's like the stress of everything.
Yeah.
Yes, the stress.
It's
of
a
I
killer.
read recently the
Literally.
most productive thing you can do is take care of your health.
Yes.
Like no matter
100%.
Yes.
what else
There's
is happening.
nothing else that matters.
do
The
anything
minute your
else.
health gets challenged, it doesn't matter what
you've accomplished.
What you've accomplished. It
Yeah.
does not matter.
Yeah.
Your health is the most important thing,
Yes.
and we are living in stressful times as it is.
Yes.
So to protect your peace
Yep.
and to celebrate your wins and to manage your own personal stress the best way that you can,
You have
Yeah.
to.
it has to be.
It
a
literally will
priority.
kill you.
True
When they
that.
went
True
and like searched, you know, all the reasons as to why, because she worked out,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
ate well,
Yeah.
stress-induced
Stress.
heart attack.
Girl. So we are ending this episode
We are.
with the message that you, Codie, Elaine,
Oliver.
Oliver,
Mm.
Codie Lynn, Elaine
Codie
Oliver.
CEO, by the
really
way,
Codie
your
Lynn?
initials
No, that's
just
what I-
happen to
that's
be
what I just got called.
CEO. I always love to
Codie
point that
Lynn.
out.
She does.
She looked like a Codie Lynn.
Codie Lynn.
Right. But
Melanie
you,
Ann.
baby, you're
Melanie
doing,
Ann.
we're all doing enough. If you
Yes.
get down to that piece of paper and you don't want to write and you want to nap, that was the choice that God wanted for you. Your body said take a nap, so take a
body
nap.
needed it, yeah.
I love you. I'm proud of you. And honestly, if you need to send out a text to all your friends and be like, can you guys just remind me one thing that I did this
You know
year?
what's funny? I was
you do
gonna
that?
say no. I was gonna say we should have a group text.
Yes.
And literally, all it has to be is today and then tell me
Yes,
your win.
we're gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Let's
That's
do
it.
it. The four of
That's
us.
Yes,
I'm
we
here
will.
for it.
That's
I'm here for it.
celebratory.
Yes.
Yes, because
Okay.
it's
In the group
enough.
chat.
I love you.
Love you.
Fair enough. I
Take
love
us out,
y'all.
girl.
Take us
All right.
out,
Take us
girl.
out.
Thanks for joining us, Mama's Den Village. Make sure you're following the Mama's Den podcast everywhere that you get your podcasts. And then also follow us on Instagram at the Mama's Den podcast. And also you can email us at Yeah, podcast.
Podcast
With an S at blacklove.com.
See how you always remember to do that?
Look at
I just
that.
wanted to tell you that you just did something else.
Oh, thank you. Thank
you closed this out.
Done.
I love that. Thank you guys.
Thanks for being here, Khadeen.
Oh my God,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah,
It's giving
thank
group
you.
hug.
It's giving a co-host.
Oh my God, I love that. So
Okay.
much. Oh my God.
All right.
Amazing. Oh, I was hoping I was gonna like be belly laughing with you guys.